Okay. Hopefully that sent out the right link. For some reason it wants to send it to the wrong place every single time. So anyway, I was just organizing some stuff off screen, so let's go close that. But yeah, I was trying to get some stuff out of the stash just real quick before starting this, but we're still kind of filled up with junk, so I'll need to organize that off screen. But I did get a few more levels by doing a little bit of grinding, and yeah, we're looking good. So anyway, lobby up, create game. Let's see how long games linger. And hell difficulty. Okay, yeah, it didn't linger. Yeah, for some reason I've been noticing some games have had like really long shelf lives on the battle nets here. There are some games that had like 15-20 minute shelf lives when nobody was in them, which is a little bit disconcerting, but I guess it's fine. So let's go ahead and get this stuff off of you. So we actually have room to put stuff in our own personal stash. I didn't get everything off, as you can tell. It's just in the way. And yeah, I have a bunch of junk that essentially just ended up filling up our inventory for use on random things later. So hopefully everyone is doing fine tonight. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. And yes, I am manually doing these one by one. I shouldn't have to, but I am. So that, yeah, we'll get rid of that. Oh, I keep forgetting, I don't have any room because I have charms. How's it going, John? Sorry for doing inventory management right at the beginning of this. But it's got to get out of the way. I was in a hurry while doing other runs that was like, oh, got junk everywhere. What was the result for the next character? It goes until we actually get to that next character. We probably won't get to that character tonight. The assassin was in the lead last time I looked at it, but I can go back and check it again later. So let's go ahead and toss those. And yes, I am still hoarding gems because they are going to be useful for crafting later online. As much as I don't really care that much about what I have online, it is nice to have better stuff. You just whipped Bale's butt. To open the cow level, do you have to be in Act 1 Rogue Encampment? Yes. You need to be in Act 1, and you need to be able to... You need to be in a game made by a character that's beaten it, too. Wife's out of town, done with all your works and play, so you... Hey, cool. Hopefully you're having a very good night, then. So... I'm going to clean up the inventory just real quick because it's going to bother me if I don't. Oh yeah, we got a lightning resist small charm. Which one do we want to replace? Because I know that we're not maxed out on lightning, so I should probably replace something with that. I'm guessing 13 life one with that would probably be still fine. Because we have a 17 life small charm to go with it. Aha. So anyway, hopefully all of you are doing all right tonight. And I didn't say hello to everyone. Hi, John. Hey, Cody. Hey, Freta Frank. And hey, Nonovis. Are you all doing well? It sounds like Nonovis is doing perfectly fine. Wouldn't be a... Hey, RPG without a little Tetris? Well, some of them don't actually have that much, but yeah, it's kind of uncommon. This set the kind of tone for requiring people to manage massive amounts of inventory to be able to play. As you can see, we're actually getting a decent stash of P-Gems, so we should be pretty good. When When your merc gets a kill, does that roll out with your magic find or his? Both. If you kill something, it's just your magic find. If your mercenary kills something, it's your magic find plus his magic find. He's treated as a minion with those stats. Hey, you're good. Hey, DJ. Is Fleshrender a good weapon for Fury Druids? Do shields work in werewolf form? Shields do work, but your block rate is usually fairly slow. Hey, Gabriel, how's it going? Change your mind for the shared stash for online play. You got some kick butt equipment on the free stuff game. Comes in handy for trading, selling, and equipping. Ah. I like the shared stash for the most part, but yeah, we're just condensing stuff up because, well, that's what we need to do real quick to actually make some room. And I might move some of these P-gems over to the main stash, even though that's already almost full. We're just needing to make all the room in the world. It's sad. Forgot that we had gotten a heart carver, by the way. Oh, and I forget whether... Yeah, that would have been before last time that we actually had that. But, yeah. We got some other fun stuff there. And this should be the last one that we have to make, because I'm not going to make the skull one because I'll upgrade those. I'd rather actually use a gem shrine on those, now that we're a little bit further in. And this should clear up some space at the bottom. For organizational purposes, we'll get rid of those. And that looks a little bit better. I'll sort them by flavor later. What kind of druid? We are a wind druid. We are passing the gas. Wow. I do not have... And actually, I don't need those. I was saving those for something else, but we can deal with that later. But yeah, we're a windy boy. And I have actually gotten some levels. I'm level 71 now. I've just been dumping it straight into Vitality. We've got a little bit too much strength because I accidentally added an extra level to it. But we've got max out on these. We don't have the Cyclone Armor boost on this. We have it up to 20 seconds, which is fine. Should be 10 tabs. You have 10 mules. It's crazy. I have several mules already as well, so I'm right there with you. I've been dumping into Bear because I want a companion that can beat the tar out of stuff. And then we have our Mercenary. Fortitude... Insight, Steel Skull, same as he was last time. So let's withdraw that. Shared stash. And these are just there. I don't really necessarily need them. I can swap out my belts and stuff. But I don't necessarily want to lose that magic find. I think we're fine with what we've got. I know that's kind of stupid to say, but because we are technically not great on resists. And if we switch over to this, we actually have... And where's that other belt? There it is. Not much better off, but not as bad. There we go. Honestly, I would rather it be, if we were sticking with the 4-tab model, I'd rather it be 3 personal, 1 shared. You need a Monarch on Xbox One? I'm sorry, I do not have this on Xbox One. I think I do have a spare Spirit Monarch floating around, but unfortunately, you need to respec your Meteor Orb source so that you can equip your Monarch. You're torn if you should respec to Pure Blizzard or Blizzball, Blizzball or Blizzwall. If you're gonna go Blizzard, Blizzwall. Just the Blizz plus Ball is kind of pointless. It's cold and cold. You should only need 1. I have level 30, unless you have a spammable cold, which would be like Glacial Spike, which you'll get with Blizzard. You have a level 36 Summon Necro ready to head to Nightmare. Should you level up some more on normal before heading to Nightmare? You should be fine. You'll start getting some levels with the Summoner. Honestly, normal's the hardest part for the Summoner. The rest of it's just don't get hit by range stuff and you'll be fine. So let's go ahead and duck down here. We can talk to her. She's going to be very upset. Hi. You don't expect this of me. Oh, yes, you do. What's a good paladin for pre-30 level? I tend to prefer the Holy Fire Paladin. There's a lot of people, for some reason, fascinated with switching over to Hammer super early, and it's like, no. That does not work that well. That is very frustrating for new players at the very least. I mean, I can do it, but it's just chugging mana potions constantly. We are Windy Boy. Windy was your last build on Legacy before the laptop died. Yeah, Wind is just relatively reliable. It is not a bad build. Wholeheartedly recommended if you are interested at all in playing an Elemental Druid. It's going to be a lot easier for new players than Fire after about Mid-Nightmare, because we did Fire through Mid-Nightmare and it was fine. And it is really good for starting. It's just kind of frustrating whenever you get to Hell difficulty because of immunities. Even with the physical damage on it, it's the delay, the immunities, all that fun stuff is just a pain in the ass. Oh, there were two of them. Oh, that would be explaining why. So let's see. I need those full rejuves. I need a healing potion. Emilio needs to not be dying to poison, but he's going to anyway.
Thanks.
Oh, no, he didn't. Sweet. And we're just going to kind of cycle through like this. Level 83 Fury Druid. Don't think you're going to respec him to Windy. He looked... Oh, you are? You think you are going to respec him to Windy. Fury is pretty solid as well. That's the melee build for Druids usually. Orb Fireball is kicking ass. Yes, Orb Fireball is always fun in my opinion. It is just the go-to I want to win build. There's also Orb Lightning, which is pretty solid as well. It's a good one too. It's just the only problem with that one is it costs quite a bit of mana. Oh god, ouch. These guys are extra strong, I think, if I can find their boss. Oh no, not extra strong, just cold damage, ripping me a new one. Oh, he can't be triple immune, but he can be almost immune. Back up, come on, let's get back here. Mercenary, don't make me hit you. Because I hit harder than them, even though they're dicks. Wow, that thing is doing a ton of damage. And our mercenary and stuff is not doing much damage to it, which is really kind of surprising me. It feels almost like they made it still give resist up to night. What is your stats? That's the one that's fucking hurting. Okay. That's like something in there hurts like hell. Well, that was it. Oh, Jesus. That's going to be a hard one to get our body back from, too. Windy is so much fun, but you ironically find a near-perfect Rube Cracker almost respect to Fury. Hey, if I had a near-perfect Rube Cracker, I would respect to Fury. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab my money. Thankfully, we stashed it away. Unfortunately, we dropped all of our potions whenever that happened. But yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings on Hell difficulty. On one hand, yeah, it's a fun little challenge. Two, I wouldn't be playing like this if I was playing hardcore. I'd be playing offline, first of all. Do I think Hammerden is the way after 40 for Pally? I think it's the way after you get Spirit and Insight. Honestly. And can equip them, of course. Your Rib Cracker's the lowest, 200% ED. That's still not bad. I mean, ooh, it's not best in slot. Oh no. A lot of build guides would be like, kind of dismissing it, but it's really actually not that bad. It is fine whenever it's close enough. Because what you're using Ribcracker for mostly is the crushing blow and the speed. It's a fast staff, but you're mostly using it for crushing blow and speed. Just like you use IK Maul for mostly crushing blow and speed. Okay, so what we want to do is throw the bear up there and see if he dies in one hit. He does not. So we can grab that and back the hell off. Mercenary is going to die in like 2 hits, because that is complete and utter pain. Because that's cold, lightning, and enhanced damage. And he is going to handle those without the mercenary. This is one reason why I pumped up the bear. No, bear, don't come back to me, you dumbass. Fight the things around the corner for me. But yeah, you can see each time he's slowly whittling them down so we don't have to worry about some of the other stuff. I think that's about as close as I can get the bear to actually summoning on them. You're not able to crack hell with your Javazon? You gotta remember, you're lightning damage, so you may have to avoid certain lightning sources unless you are getting good with jab and stuff, so... Oh, come on. Go choose one bear. Thank you. Yeah, if he keeps swapping targets, it's gonna trigger their healing, and they're just never going to die. Oh, mercenary, don't be a dumbass, please. Come on. Wow, good job, mercenary. Thank you. Way to rush things. But yeah, he likes rushing into stuff and dying. That's the mercenary MO, isn't it? So we're not going to go charging into this. We are going to, of course, cheese it. You got to cheese at some points. Fucking idiot of a mercenary. Can you stop charging in there? It wouldn't be so bad if mercenary was not a complete fucking dumbass. I swear to God. It's like, oh, you don't want me running in there? What? I'm going to run in there. Haha. Fine. Summon bear. I'm pressing the button, damn it. Let's see. Get that going. We at least got rid of one. Bear again. Okay, so that's going to die. It's going to hurt whenever it pops. Yeah. There we go. We're good. Once the daddy's dead, the rest of it goes fine. So that, and then we grab to fill up our belt. Honestly, I don't really think... It's not hard. It's more of just layers of being frustrating. Because you can be extremely, extremely strong. You can have top-end gear. And it's not a matter of, oh, you should have dodged. It's a matter of, well, you just happen to get the thing that does 14,000 damage. It's an artificial difficulty, if that makes sense. Generally, the good difficulty is going to be packing in a bunch of, ouch, dodgeable things that can be extremely dangerous. But, yeah, for the most part, most of the enemies aren't too bad. It's just you get 1 or 2 packs here and there that'll wreck your face. Ouch. And also, these guys, their power level is completely wonky. If that makes sense. Come on, back off. Fire archers have always been kind of wonky, especially whenever they have amp damage. Nice. Okay, so he's going after a dried corpse, which is exactly what I don't want him doing, but that's fine. Recast the bear? Yeah, there you go. Thank you for, yeah, whatever. I need to probably bug the mercenary, but it wouldn't even help in this situation because bugging him will not fix that. But I've expressed my qualms about hell difficulty a few times. Full IK Barb can actually finish stuff off. My main issue is these archer things, for some reason, have always, ever since they upped the difficulty of hell, have always done an out of whack amount of damage compared to what's around them. Like, I can run up to most melee enemies and tank their face, and it's fine. Yeah, I still remember the Iron Maiden stuff. I started back in... I was in the beta, for God's sake, but yeah, I've played since 1. Well, technically, they had a day 1 patch, but I've played since the first release. But see, these guys right here, the melee ones, they don't do shit to me. And it's not because I have, like, oh no, I have 20% fire resist. That's still better than my physical resist, which is 0. But yeah. Because I don't have any damage reduction percent. It unfortunately does not come with this. But yeah, we are farming a little bit for XP. So we should be okay, but still. And yes, I am actually using the Cyclone armor. I forget what percent we are. Currently at 894 damage absorb. So whenever you see that go down in one shot, that's a problem. But yeah, the Iron Maiden thing was actually a problem for a very long time. They were like, oh, it's balanced. No, it's not. If you've played for long enough, you know what's balanced and what's not. Oh, hi. But yeah, see, it's fine. I just need to remember to keep that up as well. But still, they do a massive amount of damage. It's kind of like the super poison as well. It's kind of, how is it working this way? I actually don't know the mechanics behind it, like, entirely. I know that likely has something to do with crits and stuff, but beyond that, it's kind of like, is it critting? Is it a problem with the duration in crits? Or is it a problem with something else in crits? There you guys go. Thank you for the full rejuve. I will gladly take it. We just need to be careful. Extra fast zombies. That did not hurt that all. So, and see, these guys, sadly, yeah, the lightning enchant hurts, but beyond that, the like fire damage is nothing. Even without my shield, it's like, oh, you're taking a little bit of my life off. It's gonna make me cry on the inside. You wonder if a Diablo-style game could ever work which never had XP? There's a few games. Well, they technically have XP, but it's a hidden feature. There's... I'm trying to remember the name of it. Dungeon Siege had a... Actually, it's very similar to this, but it had a hidden XP system, basically, where you would level up skills as you use them. So you ended up using, say, nature skills, you would end up getting stronger with nature spells. You ended up using... I'm forgetting the name of the other tree of magic in it, but you ended up using the more fiery-oriented one. You'd end up with stronger fire skills. Proc a fade. Yeah, that would be awesome if I had treachery. I don't have treachery. That would involve farming, and that is something I'm refusing to do on any of these 7 characters. Is I'll level up, but I'm not going to farm for items. I'm going to actually just go through. And we've done that with the last 3 characters. Is that going to be our first angelic? We've gotten how many Cathans now? Die, Radamant. There you go. Book of Skill, yes. And it is another Cathans. Shit. Do we really need more Cathans? Do we really? We really don't need more Cathans, by the way. We have literally not gotten a single angelic. Yes, this is online. If I remember correctly, Ultima Online's worked a little bit differently, though, didn't it? Didn't Ultima Online have each of the skills kind of independent of your power level? Ah, you picked up 8 high runes. Cool. Hopefully they were the good ones. Not crap like Zod. I give Zod crap, but it's actually a fairly decent rune in certain things. It's just fun to make fun of that it's used less than... It's less worthwhile to hunt for than runes lower than it. Really is quite sad. Debating pumping this for some extra life. So it can be a little bit tankier, but it's fine. We can still summon it out and have it do some stuff. Stat-wise, yep, we're just always going to be sticking to more life. So, to each their own. What sets are good to hang on to for leveling alts and such? Depends on what levels you're talking about. You would shoot arrows and get archery skill and cast spells and gain mage stuff. But your character never had any level, yeah. The way that Dungeon Siege does it, you actually have a hidden, like, overall power level. So, like, if you have 5 melee, 5 sword, and 5 melee, 5 archery, and 5 fire, you'd actually be... It would take you a while to get up to 6 of any of those. Whereas if you had just 5 melee and 5 fire, it'd be a little bit faster to raise fire. So you actually had like a knowledge cap of sorts, but it was a hidden value. And a lot of them do that, but still. So let's see, dump that, raise that, recast bear, see what kind of nonsense we have. We have, oh, actually, the nonsense that this build actually does really well against is these little guys. Because they'll just constantly get knocked back by the bloody tornadoes. I mean, not tornadoes, the hurricane. It's hilarious, but yeah. Ooh, might is coming from somewhere, and it's not these guys. Fade, Cyclone Armor, and Bone Armor stack, all of it. I mean, generally speaking, the one that becomes strongest with those would be the Necromancer, not the Sorceress. Because the Fade you'd be proccing from Treachery, which is level 15 Fade. Is that going to be a 4-socket? If that's a 4-socket, that is a 4-socket. But you're going to be proccing Fade from Treachery. You're going to be getting Bone Armor. You'll want it synergized to be worth anything. And Cyclone Armor does not synergize the same, so you'd have to be getting that from Rain. And you're not immune with that because it doesn't protect from poison. just a second, I'll read that question about... Okay, if you collect large and small charms that you do not need, would you sell them, dump them, or can they be crafted into something better? It depends on where you found them, but generally speaking, I would dump them. Unless they are Bale charms. I mean, there are good charms you can get that are way lower level than Bale charms. It's just, it's going to be easier to farm more of those charms than it is necessarily to get all the gems to reroll them. You'll find 3 of those charms at that level before you'll find 1. I mean, before you'll find 3 gems, basically. I will reroll Grand Charms, though. If they're high enough to get skills, which is pretty much any Hell Charm is high enough to get skills. It's not going to go for max life. Yeah, I'll prefer rolling Bale Grand Charms, but... And there's no way to prove that it's a Bale Grand Charm unless it has a stat that is only available to Bale. So, yay. So they don't really have trade value until you get that good thing on them. What jewels should you keep and which ones should you use for crafting? You keep the useful ones. That kind of depends on what kind of builds you run. And what you're looking to trade for and stuff like that. Because, like, of course, 48% enhanced damage with 15% increased attack speed is one that you want to keep. But... because that will sell for a lot of money. Less than perfect ones won't sell for nearly as much, but they're still not terrible. If that increased attack speed, I'd probably keep it, but no. But generally, I keep a handful of the minus 15% requirement ones just for random little stuff that I plan on doing. Like 2 of them is all that you'll ever need. And then I keep increased attack speed ones, and I keep resist ones that are of decent resist. Yeah, I don't like trading, but it's part of the thing that most people ask about. And if you're not trading it, then it really depends on what you're building. What's the current gear setup for this one, Druid? Anything you're looking for in particular at this point in Hell? I wouldn't mind some Stones of Jordan or some things with resists. That's pretty much all I would need right now. Like, I would not mind this having more resists on it, but Viper Magi would be nice. But right now we're just using stuff that, well, we've accumulated over this character and the previous 3 characters. No, 2. 3. 2? We've got Necromancer, Sorceress. No, this would be number 3. But yeah, we've got Dual Spirit. We've got a Druid Skill Amulet with some life. We've got Cast Rate. Saigons for a little bit of Magic Find. Not bad. It's not great. It's got some cold resist on it. We've got Spirit Shroud because we keep finding them. This is our second one. And we've got a Demon Veil Circlet that we found as well. And on swap, we have a Teleport Staff. 15 IAS, 35 res is nice. Yeah, it's nice in Andes. So's a Resol Jewel, but the Resol Jewel is more for like if you're going to be using the Andes on a player. Oh no, whatever will I do? Murder them, please? Thank you. How many boss mobs were in there? I see 3 boss piles in there. That's actually a bit more than I was thinking. I thought there was only 2 bosses. I thought there was the Scavenger and just the Hopper, but I guess I was wrong. So we'll grab that. More stats. Of course, some more life. I could, after we get Bear up to a decent level, I think after he gets to about 1,000 damage, I'm going to swap over to doing Oak Sage. Just to keep that alive. Unfortunately, it's never going to stay alive for very long, but it could give us like that initial engagement advantage. Yeah, Resol jewels in general are fairly decent. Heck, back in the day, I used to use a Magic Find jewels setup. But they're not great. It's just good until you get ists. Everything on this account we've found in our own adventures. We haven't traded for anything. We gave a few things away whenever we were doing some runs with the sorceress in public. But I'm not too concerned about gear online simply because, well, I have my single-player characters that I can just kind of force around with as well. Hey, Superior Colossus Volge. Too bad that's going to be really high strength requirement. If it was ethereal, that would actually be kind of awesome. Let's see, what percent is it? 13%. See, it's not bad. Let's see. Where is our exit to this infernal place? Not a fan of trading. Takes the fun out of finding and building a character. I can understand that. For me, it's just I find I have bad luck whenever it comes to trading. And it kind of turned me off of it early. That and I find it irritating to do. I'm not a big fan of like, oh, let's trade up from a paperclip to a Lambo. That's not something that entertains me. But it's not necessarily a challenge. It's just time-consuming nonsense to me. But I don't need stuff online. I have single-player characters that I have farmed all the things I need for. I can do pretty much any build I want in single-player. So it's kind of like, oh, playing online is just the challenge of working with what we find. It's the puzzle. And even playing single player, I usually don't, like whenever I'm playing for myself, I usually don't transfer stuff over. I'll go through the game and just kind of force around with stuff. Whatever I find determines the build. Some people treat it like the stock market. More power to them. I can't stand the stock market, because I find it a reprehensible part of society. See, in single player, I have all my character saves going back, not since I started, because I don't actually have that computer anymore, but I have all my stuff going back for easily a decade, if not a little bit longer. So it's like, oh, do I need more items? Nah, I've spent a very long time over the course of years farming it. No big rush. So apparently, our exit has eluded us. And we... no, our ping's not bad. I'm just noticing a lot more... Well, it's getting bad. I'm noticing a lot of rubber banding. Which is not good. Only problem you have with not trading is going to take a super long time to get really geared character. And you need time for life. Understandable. But, yeah. I don't have to burn that time to get decent enough gear. I mean, I don't need Enigma to beat the game. With shared tabs, you decide some items you find make you decide on new characters. Yeah. Shared tabs, I think the most important thing is that it makes it so you don't have to sit there and mess around with just keeping games open just so you could transfer stuff between characters. So I think that is probably the biggest boon from it. Yeah, my online characters right now are not completely solo self-found. It's account self-found. So, some of this stuff I found on the... Oh, fucking hell, I pressed the wrong button. Please tell me it didn't actually use that full rejuve. We might have just found a bug. And I'm not talking about the thing we just killed. We might have actually just found a bug because I noticed it flashed the rejuve whenever I was like, I mispressed it, and then I pressed 2 to point out which one I missed. Do I like PvP? Not really. I used to. But PvP brings out a bad side of me, so I generally don't do it anymore. That, and I find the community overall generally toxic, but that's neither here nor there. So if we have 8, okay, it didn't use it, so there's no bug there. Should probably actually bother, you know, doing stuff right, but I'm reading more than actually playing. You love farming the rush from doing Countess running, getting something good, or doing Cuirass and popping in High Rune is better than soloing Veil. I like just going through the game and assembling the puzzle pieces as they fall. That's my joy. You hated perming a game. Yes, I think everyone hated perming a game. But going through the game and actually... There's something to be said about going through the game and just working with what you get. And I cannot stand whenever people are doing the whole... It's like, I look at people who do it and I'm just, good job being a elitist twat. But basically there's people who go through and they're just like, oh, if you don't PvP or if you don't play hardcore, you're a piece of crap and you suck at the game. Maybe, just maybe, people just want to enjoy the damn game. You can know the mechanics inside and out and prefer softcore. You can know the game inside out, prefer online or offline. You can enjoy trading and still know the game exceptionally well. You can know how to farm and know how to trade. You can not know how to farm and still know how to trade, or vice versa. It's just a matter of, as long as you're not impacting my ability to play, I could care less about what you do. And I think we've reached a point with like the online nature of gaming as an entertainment form where it's kind of like an interesting take that a lot of people feel that if you don't play it their way, that you're doing it wrong. And they've lost track of the fact that most people play video games to enjoy them. PvP in role-playing games is basically... There's legitimate PvP. You're thinking of PK. And that is one thing that I have to say, I gave a fairly decent side-eye to some other creators for their gloating about going into games and just randomly PKing people as like if it's a badge of honor. I'm like, no, it's really not. Oh, this person who's having fun just doing PvE stuff, and this was during the beta, where these people didn't have a choice of doing single player. If they wanted to play, they had to play online. So it was either go into a private game and not deal with other people, period, or risk getting PK'd by a YouTuber even, and having it broadcast worldwide. It's like, seriously? That's the kind of community you want to build up right now. Is that really what you want to do? Yeah, I get it. It gets views. Like, oh, ha ha ha, I'm beating up these noobs. And I'm making it so they can't have fun. Seriously. Sorry, I'm on a tirade. But it's just like, why? I don't like the idea of ruining other people's fun just for my own lulz. Or just for some extra views. It really irks me. Druid doesn't suck, though. So your friends are wrong. As you can see, we are killing things just fine. Yes, we're dying every now and then, but that's usually because I'm either reading chat or I'm getting cocky. Which, you shouldn't get cocky on any class. Frankly, he's a lot tankier than the Sorceress. It's just she aims better. I mean, we could be using this if we want to. I get stunned. It turns really forcing you to play Source and Paladin because you're playing Druid and... Yeah, fuck them. Sorry, pardon my French, but... I mean, if you're playing in, like, a team or something like that, and you're all just have the one goal of just going faster, then sure, I can understand going specific class, but if you're just playing for fun, play whatever the hell you want. Can't teabag in D2, so it's pointless anyway. I mean, you sort of can with the Sorceress. The way she, like, squats now. Oh, did you tell him to get off your lawn, Chad? Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and... I just chose the wrong window. There you go. But yeah, I think the... There's a few videos that rant about backseat gaming. I have been tempted to make one myself. But I think a lot of people with the availability of online stuff seem to think that they are entitled to somebody else's gameplay. That's really not the case. You'll find that a lot of, especially older gamers who stream, it's not as common among younger gamers because they're generally streamers, younger streamers, I should say that, not gamers. But younger streamers will generally be a bit more for the views than necessarily for the game, whereas the older streamers, it's kind of like, don't backseat me, damn it. And I very much am in the don't backseat me, damn it, camp. Go, bear, go. Hey, Raymond, how's it going? Al's rant. I get on rants every now and then. I try to avoid, like, hyper-political ones, because I happen to know that the community of Diablo 2 does not necessarily always agree with my political stances. Because it's kind of like the D&D community, where you have kind of two communities within the overarching community. You have a extremely conservative one and an extremely liberal one, and I'm not going to say which one I am. I think those of you that follow me on Twitter probably already know. But it's fine. Yes, I rant more on Twitter than I do on here. But anyway, back to the, if you're playing as a team thing, yeah, I can sort of see, okay, we need this, and this class. Let's actually work together. But if that's part of your fun, that's part of your fun. You signed up for that. As far as backseat gaming, if I wanted to make this into a fire druid right now, I could. If everyone yelled, no, don't, I'm leaving if you do, I still could. Because I'm literally the person controlling the character. Aw, it's low. Got low, got low. Mentioning that you're on Twitter basically gives away what you're... unfortunately, that is not true. There's a massive alt-right presence on Twitter, and there's a massive left-leaning presence on Twitter. It's just each side thinks they're being censored by the other, and its reality is, hey, you give out death threats, chances are you're going to get censored. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Any rant in general is going to find somebody who gets angry. I have ranted about backseat gaming before and had people get pissed off. It's like, dudes, it's fine. Get pissed off. You wish they could get the player's X command online? It would be a problem. Not like a big problem. It would be a problem, though. You wanted to build a shape-shifting elemental druid? They're kind of expensive, but they're okay. I would probably put them B tier as far as druid builds go. And I don't like the new design of the stairs. This needs to be a bit lighter in here. Like, it's been carved out and polished. Is Wind Druid viable for farming hell cows? I mean, it does okay. It's not what I'd be necessarily doing with it, but it's fine. I am on many social media platforms, by the way. It doesn't mean that I always get well liked on those platforms, but it's important for me personally to see whether a platform is viable for what I'm needing to do. And there are platforms that I have hopped on that I'm like, no, this one's too extreme in this direction or something like that. I don't want to be associated with it, so I'm not going to stay on it. Trapsin is really good for hell. It also depends on what your definition of viable is. For some people, their definition of viable is the fastest ever on this particular area. No, it's a matter of, like, is this really that good? Maybe not. I want my bear between me and that. And this is not necessarily the best area for this character. At least it's not as bad as a Summon Necro. I mean, I swear to God, Summon Necro down here is a pain in the ass. Open sesame, damn it. Thank you. Attack rating is tough. You basically have to spam stun to hit things. Makes bosses annoying. Fireclaw's Werebear is actually not that terrible. I prefer Mauler Werebear with Shockwave. It's fine. I can make a shirt that says that. I've made a few pieces of merch in the past and actually put them up for sale, but they don't ever go anywhere. I actually had one that wore a shirt that said pants, but yep, just have fun and enjoy the game. That's whether your build is awesome or not, it's fine. Just enjoy the damn game. It doesn't have to be, oh my god, uber elite. I'm literally offline. You want to know what I'm running offline? I am running a sorceress with a Breath of the Dying Archon staff. Offline. That's what I've been playing off camera for the past week or so. Literally an ethereal Breath of the Dying Archon staff. She has 0 points into strength. 0. And she does 22,000 damage. But that's beside the point. It's not the best build ever, but it's fun. But yeah, most builds do work if you either plan around them, get lucky, find that uber rare. Oh, and I'm going the wrong way. Hey, Unicycle, how's it going? Didn't see you sneak in. Can Windra do Ubers? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it. Generally speaking, Ubers are not my mark of whether a build is fun or good. I am honestly not that interested in the Ubers. I've done them enough offline now that I'm like, okay, I have what I need. I don't need to be hunting for any more. I have one of each torch. I'm happy. Yes, my barbarian torch is absolute ass, but it's better than nothing. Guy, yeah, you're not too late. You're about an hour in. Hey, Pluto Bar, how's it going? Yeah, it's not always about the meta. And our life total sucks. Oh, by the way, we found another one. Yay for that swag point. But I have to say, the Druid in here, not necessarily the best feeling. Go, bear, go. Thankfully, the bear can actually just rip these apart as long as they're not physical immune. And bear is free to resummon. So we'll let them handle that. We'll sit here and read chat. Anybody have any questions or some weird ones? Only thing I'm worried about with the it's fine is it might get negative feedback is probably the nicest way I can put it because of that comic strip. Hey, it's not a mask I need. Hey, there's an IO rune. IO runes aren't bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. They're useful in a few things. You leveled your pally to 80 yesterday. You realized he was wearing a stealth the whole time. Yeah, stealth is decent enough armor. It's people are like, what should I upgrade to after stealth? You can get through hell on stealth. It's not going to be that much easier. I mean, right now I really am tempted to like hunt down a lum rune to get smoke, but beyond that, I would be fine in a... I need to actually summon bear. Go, mercenary, go! Leveled your pally to 80 yesterday, really? Yeah. But yeah, stealth is just solid. It's good armor. It's not the best armor in the game. I honestly don't feel it's overpowered. I think it's just really good. It's better than the alternatives, is what it is. And it's just easy to get and use. But it's just there. And if you remember so many of your friends ragging on you for going for IK to Breath of the Dying Thunder Maul with Fort and all the goodies, it is fun. Is it necessarily the most efficient build cost-wise? No. You're using a Zod, but it's still fun. Is martial arts sin any good for hell? We're gonna find out, because I have officially been convinced to try martial arts with controller. Do a, not necessarily controller only run. I'm gonna do inventory with a mouse and keyboard, because fuck control for that. But we'll try a martial arts assassin with a controller. We don't have any good claws, but you have a 20 res Viper Magi. Should you change over for Chains of Honor? Depends on your class and build. Is we starting a fresh character help you choose between Frozen Orb or Firewall Source or Trapsin? If you don't already have a sorceress, I would actually make the Frozen Orb. I would actually do Frozen Orb Fireball until, well, Firewall will work. You just need to really work on your aim. If you're playing on console, it's going to suck ass. But, because Firewall is going to be a pain to aim. Why is Bear not doing anything? Bear AI broken. Scepter video is not coming out tomorrow. I actually recorded the staff one recently. I recorded the staff one today. I'll probably be writing an axe or a sword one and a scepter one, but I don't know if all three are going to release this week. I want to do another build video. Fireball Orb is generally my preferred recommendation because it works really good on controller. It works really good as far as dealing with any immunities you run across. It's just solid. You have a kicksin that you play with controller. It's fun, but not that strong, really. I'll probably, if I end up going all the way through hell with just martial arts, I'll probably end up going Phoenix Strike, with choosing one or two of the elemental ones to support it. I hopefully will find some decent claws. If not, I'll have to make, like, say, Am tier claws. Wow, how many layers is that door? Jeez. Stop puking on the doorway, man. Doing that as a safety mechanism because I don't trust myself right now. Because I am reading chat more than I'm actually playing. Which is fine by me. I am enjoying it. See, I'm doing what I'm enjoying. Oh my. And yeah, I heard the little buzzes, so I decided to come down here. Otherwise, I would have let them actually fight that themselves. And I think there's a... Yeah, champions. Thankfully, those things are actually relatively nice to kill. But yeah, I'll probably be going Phoenix Strike for a good chunk of it. Fireball Orb Source with 20 res Magi. Should you change over to COH? I would actually stick with the Viper Magi for now. If you find yourself having problems with resists, or you have other sources of your faster cast rate, then swap over. I don't know if you have those other sources, though. Because my main concern of switching over to COH from Viper Magi is you won't have enough faster cast rate. But if you have enough cast rate and need the resist, COH is fairly solid. It's not going to add a ton of damage. I know. Oh, +1 all skills. It sounds like it should do a lot, but it's not going to add that much damage. I don't have the stuff for Chaos Online. Otherwise, I would consider it. Because Whirlwind Sin is a lot of fun. Just got your kids to start characters tonight. 5, 7, and 9 years old. So enjoyable watching them have their first time playing moments. Are they playing as a team? Or are they going to end up killing each other in the back rooms of Diablo 2? My sorceress can kill your paladin. Oh, I have apparently more full rejuves than I thought I did. Shadow Bow. How many sockets are you? 5. Oh. I would rather have it in a... I'm going to drop it. I feel guilty dropping that, though. Offline? Oh, okay. Magi puts you at 107. Then you actually probably could switch off of it if you needed the resists. Because, yeah, I forget what her breakpoint is on there. Let's go look. Not beer points. Let's look. I don't have hers memorized. 107. Yeah, you can lose Viper Magi. And you'll go down to a 9 frame cast, which is perfectly fine for PvE with COH, and that would give you a lot more resists. Because resist will help you survive a little bit better. But it is cool that they are playing it and hopefully enjoying it. I know that a lot of people who have only played more modern games get frustrated at it. It's 105 for Fireball and Orb. It's 117, I think. I was just looking at it. Yeah, 117 for Lightning. But that gets Lightning to a 12 frame cast. But yeah, 105 is not necessarily needed for hell difficulty. Oh, and there is might in there. That is gonna suck. I'm just gonna keep my mercenary back. Yeah, that +2 is nice for Fireball. And can we get... it's catching on the door frame, unfortunately. And we are super poisoned. I don't really want to go all the way in there. Let's go ahead and... oh, yep, definitely super poison. Okay, let's just grab and go. I'm not in the mood for dealing with that. Bye, guys.
Hello. Good day.
I actually liked Minecraft. I mean, is it my favorite thing in the world? God, no, but I liked it. For what it was in the day, at least. Of course, I haven't played it since... oh, geez. 2014, 2015? Except outside of some events. 1.2k damage Fireball. I'm trying to guess your level off of that. Sorry, I was trying to calculate it in my head. I won't do that. But yes, COH is actually will do decent. As long as you don't drop below about a 10 frame cast, you'll be fine in hell difficulty. Lightning is a little bit of a special case, but even at 12 frame cast, it's fine. But 10 is about where you want it for teleport. So let's go ahead and we will hit Far Oasis. And yeah, we are in the slog of the axe, unfortunately. 46, yeah. That sounds about right. It's not fully synergized yet. It's just kind of doing its thing. Once you start getting into the point of... ouch! Gonna burn bastards. If it was 15, I'd actually keep it. Actually, you know what? I'll keep it, just in case. I can make a black in that. Is why I'm looking at it. It's like, maybe. Maybe. Oh, God, poison bastards. Die. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Thankfully, we do not do magic damage, so these guys are going to actually be relatively easy to... ow! They hurt, but they're relatively easy to kill, especially since we're amp damaged. That is not the button I was trying to do, but thank you for the Grand Charm. And yes, that is just going absolute wrong direction. I might switch over to Twister just so I don't have to worry about that crap. Because it's basically Charge Bolt. Bye, you fools! And does this do a lot of damage? No, but it stuns things, so it keeps them from killing my mercenary. My mercenary can kill these. Funnily enough, online, I haven't gotten any of the characters past 80. Usually I'm beating hell difficulty at 87. Just had a plus 400 server queue time this morning. Yeah... I really haven't ran into any of the big queues. I did run into one that was a couple hundred. But that was because I was logging in at a time that I normally don't log in. So I think I'm just on off times. Which is weird. Druids are a lot of fun. They're an interesting class. Would I design a class like them? Probably not. Once you get to a jack of all trades... you start having issues, but it's fine. You prefer Feral Rage? You prefer a melee one. We didn't have the stuff for a good melee one. We have some of Alder's, but not. It's not a good set for Hell. Let's see. Good stuff, Pluto. My 7-year-old got through Hell the other day with a sorceress. Awesome. Kids pick up on games fairly quick. US morning is the worst because Asia and Europe are also online then. Ah. See, I'm not usually playing like after streaming this. Usually I'm either on whenever it's just US and Asia or just US and Europe. I wouldn't say they're overpowered. They're just overpowered at Ubers and bosses. Hey, it's a Buriza. And that's a crappy Grand Charm. Da 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 da. I used to love this bow. It's actually still a fairly decent bow. Let's go like that. I'll go back to town whenever we find our Viper Magi Temple. And has anyone else noticed that the wells recharge faster? I was watching that and it's like, this was relatively fast. Where did our bear go? Come back, bear. Now, I do want to find the waypoint. If I don't find it, it's not the end of the world, but I'd rather find it than not. So I'm going to duck out here and look in the middle of the area. This is going to be probably our... No, that's not our path. In melee combat, as far as... Honestly, PvE, unless you have Exile or... I'm trying to remember the name of the gloves. It's really not that overpowered, though. Zeal is so much better for just general play. You play on Series X, game has been surprisingly stable. Haven't died from waypoint loading. Your longest queue has been 40. Awesome. But yeah, it really does feel like they significantly, not just a little bit, but significantly shortened the well duration. Because it used to be you'd have to stand around and wait for a little while. And there's ancient tunnels. Do we dare do that? I mean, we could possibly get some things. We have only, I think, 50% magic find, though. 54%. We have 54. You know what? We're going to do it. Dracul's Grasp. There's the one I was thinking of. But generally, I would rather... Well, of course, you can be a Smiter Zealot super easy, because Smiter takes, like, barely any points whatsoever. It's one of the cheapest things in the game to do, but...
Not in town.
Yeah. Some people will absolutely punish you for charging after them like that, though. There's a few builds that can. We'll do tunnels once. Oh no, things are on fire. Always on fire. It's like there's a trap in every other one. Okay, what do we want in here? I hopefully we get a fairly decent enemy type. And yeah, we only have 50% magic find, so... Oh, hey. Cute. If I didn't need the mana leech. For those of you that are wondering, this is Tanner Gorod. No, that's Spire of Honor. I was thinking of the other spear. It's not great. Do I keep it, though, is the question. It's not going to be useful for anything. You remember a guide up to a budget pally, need practically nothing to do Ubers? Yeah, that's what Smiters do. Smiters are them. What level am I? 73. So we're about right for this point. I'm going to go ahead and just throw it in there. If I decide to use that, we will. And Matriarchal Javelin, just because I'm curious, it's not good. I have to identify those just because if it's good, I got to keep it because there's a few GG rare Matriarchal Javelins you can end up with. Come back here, mercenary. Don't walk in. Fucking idiot. Don't walk into the poison. Walks into the poison. I was intentionally walking away so you wouldn't do that, dumbass. Yeah, just stat crushing blow and stuff. Never got any good loot here. Only did like 150 runs. These are one of those ones where it's kind of like, honestly, Pindle's probably more worthwhile, but for just like average stuff. You won't get Arachnid's Mesh from Pindle though. But this is one of those where it's just a matter of you have to come in and just speed through specific things to really get a lot out of it, but How do I have my map in the top left like that? Let me clear up this group of enemies and I'll show you. Oh, mana burn. Lovely. They still haven't fixed that crap. Here, I'm just going to use a full rejuve since he dropped one. It also depends on what you're looking for, by the way, as far as this area, because this area you can actually get a fairly decent amount of good bases as well. We're around the same age and you're loving the new graphics plus this game, plus I've loved since you were a teen. You also prefer single player. I prefer single player for the most part as well. But anyway, we are level 73. And what was I gonna... Oh, how do I have my map there? Options, gameplay. Where is it? They are fighting something and I need to save them. Just a second. Stop being dicks. Thank you. Now, don't go find more enemies while I do this. So, options. Gameplay. Where are you hiding at? Auto map. Mini map top left. And then you can adjust the opacity and stuff down here. You remember when people insert clan tags into their name creation? People still do. they still do. Oh, geez. It's really tempting to level that up. But I want bear. You can get good bases and you can get good crafting supplies, believe it or not. Like if you want to roll crafted caduceus, however you pronounce them. Oh, of course it's locked. Drop me some keys. You can't drop keys. The caduceus. But yeah, you can actually get magical caduceuses here and actually re-roll those with crafting recipes to make some GGI stuff as well. Single player is much better unless you're playing with family or friends. You'd be so mad if a bear or jaw drops and someone sniped it. I don't care if they snipe it.
I can't.
It's like, oh, I want that, but it's not the end of the world. I am gonna open this chest. I didn't come down there for nothing.
The stuff.
Pole rune. We actually already have one pole rune, so there's our second pole. This is gonna go just in there. I'm probably going to end up throwing it away because it's really not good. It's kind of garbo, but it's fine. IO goes there. Tier we don't we need another tier? I don't think we do. Yeah, we're full on tiers. And I think I'm positive we're full on dole. No, we're not full on doles. I just haven't transferred them back over. So now we actually are full on doles. But as you can see, I'm kind of keeping it organized. Yeah, I will be opening the super chest.
It is an honor to serve you.
Well, it's not a super chest, it's a sparkle chest, but similar thing. Sparkle chests just have an opportunity to spawn a lot of stuff. Super chests have a thing about them. This one's not related to those. However, whenever we get to Arcane Sanctuary, I am going to pop those chests, because those actually are super chests. You've never seen higher than a lem drop on Battle.net player 7. Lem's not bad. I don't mind it that much. I mean, you have to realize I did like a lot of concentrated farming to get what I have on single player. So it would take years to solo find it online. Have you gotten any diadems? You've been farming pits, tunnels, and chaos and have 12 Charcy imbues waiting. I have a few diadems in storage, actually. I also have a few circlets and stuff like that for higher level characters for imbuing. Because due to the formula, you can actually adjust it based on what you want to get. So, like, if I get up to 87, imbuing a circlet's going to be the same as imbuing a diadem. So, it's not going to be mattering as much there. Whereas, if I'm a low-level character doing imbues, then I absolutely want a diadem if I'm doing that particular set of imbues. I am tempted to get some high-level claws and doing some low-level claw skill huntings, though. You never throw away runes since the guy gave you a Vex for a Thull? Wow. It's a chest near close Travancore where you farm runes. Before that, we used to rush cares to hell like crazy. Lower Kurast is the one you're thinking of, I think. But yeah, I generally I have to sit down and look up the item to tell you exactly what level I need to be to imbue it to get what I want, but for the most part, it's just fairly simple. Like diadems, you can be any level you want and actually imbue them. I mean, you have to be level 8 to get your imbue quest done, but is there a difference between drops in single player and running solo on Battle.net? In single player, you can actually adjust the player count. On Battle.net, you cannot. But as far as like what you're farming, like Lower Kurast, if you're doing it solo on Battle.net, you generally don't bother with that because the player count adjusts the drop tables for those super chests in Lower Kurast, and also you have to find them every time. So you generally only do it whenever you are waiting for an XP run to get down to Worldstone 3. You'll pop in there and grab those. Now, where is our bloody path? What wall have I not humped? Oh. We already saw it. We've just happened to kill everything here for no reason. I'm blind! But yeah, Lower Kurast is a farming area that you'll often do in single player. Especially once you save your good map. So greater healing potion will take another full rejuve. I really don't like poison. But yeah, I do have a player count video that can shed a little bit more light on that. And you're essentially on players 1 whenever you're playing solo online. For those intents and purposes. There are things that are perfectly fine to farm on one player. Like Ancient Tunnels where we were just at, if you are like rushing through there and actually doing proper farming, can be very lucrative, but you have to be rushing through there and doing proper farming. It's one of the reasons why people farm Pindle online as well. is because he will drop the same stuff regardless of how many players are in game. Whereas like Bale or these random trash enemies that we have right now will drop varied amounts. But like uniques and stuff like that will always drop one item and then a bunch of potions. I forget what the actual max on Hell Countess is. It's fairly high, it's just very uncommon. Thankfully, our lightning resist is positive. Is it good? No, it's positive. It's got a positive outlook on life. Our resist do. Okay, so Claw Viper. I do wonder if they're actually going to start including post-game stuff, at least for like ladder and stuff like that. And there's nothing through that door? Yeah, it's too far away. And it was cold immune anyway, so it wouldn't have actually registered a hit. So we need to find the stairs down. Superior Ronde, not exactly what I want. We already have a Spirit Paladin shield that we can use. Well, we don't have it made. We have the base for it. We also have a... We need to get a good Exile base, too, now that I think about it. If you're farming SOJs, you'd actually want to farm... Nightmare and Dariel is the best as far as, like, on a per-kill basis. You could also farm other, like, later super uniques in Nightmare for it. Just be sure you don't get above a certain enemy level, otherwise you're going to start running into the issue of getting Raven Frosts and stuff. Yeah, I find it hard to get salty about my friends getting good stuff and things like that, because back in the day I used to run with a group on Diablo 2 whenever I did play online. One of the guys was a bit scummy. He would cheat people out of stuff, unfortunately. Found that out later. Found out a lot of things about that guy later. But, yeah. Is that gonna be... Nope. I was like, is that gonna be a GG? No, it's not. And there's our stairs. This could either be really easy or really hard. Nightmare Travancore can drop SOJ, yep. It's another good place to farm it. There's special super uniques. They don't have a fixed quantity of drops. There's a few special super uniques. The seal super uniques are kind of modified drops. You also have modified drops for Bale's summons. Can I name any other than Pindle that drops good solo? Travancore is actually not that bad solo. It's not awesome, but you'll still get a dozen or so drops. There's, of course, Countess in Nightmare is actually pretty good for building up your mid runes. You have Hephasto's actually pretty easy to farm if you can get him to spawn close to the waypoint. Pindle's, of course, always going to be farmed. You have the two at the top of the hill, Eldritch and Shank. They are not going to drop every item in the game, but they can drop okay stuff. A lot of people are always after, like, it needs to be able to drop everything. Pindle cannot drop everything. He can't drop an Arachnid's Mesh, so... And I fully expect to die down here, just in case anyone's curious why I have that town portal. Because these guys can actually hurt... Oh, we actually had two boss mob snakes. Both of them lightning enchanted, too. Cute. Didn't even notice that. Why are we asking about Path of Exile? For single player. I'm not sure what the question is supposed to mean, Raymond. I know what Path of Exile is. It's a game. But... And yes, I have played it a little bit. I'm not good at it because I haven't played a lot of it, and I get frustrated with how long it takes to go through an entire character's growth, like from beginning to end, if you're not rushing. It also suffers very much from bloat. Actually, that charm might... No, it's not. Okay. Exile Shield, I have 2 of them in single player, yes. But they're pretty solid. Yeah, the Siege Beast, I'm forgetting his name. Thresh Socket. Bowel movement duels. Yuck. I literally don't know what you're asking, so I mean, I know what all the words mean, it's just I don't know what you're trying to get me to answer. I'm sorry. Thresh Socket is a funny, unique name. I mean, we have come across some very obscene sounding names. Oh yeah, we have to talk to Drognan first. Hi, Droggy. But yeah, Thresh Socket. I don't know where they came up with his name. That just seems like a very odd name for an enemy. I mean, Shank the Overseer is a bit of a weird one too, though, so yeah. So do we have anything we need to do in here? Probably just run through. I'll probably grab a few things. But yes, I probably will cover Path of Exile on the channel. But yeah, OG Diablo 1 has some interesting ones too. The random name generation on this is kind of funny too. So Sinbang is a good one, yeah. It's oddly enough, there's a lot of weird stuff in Diablo 2 as far as names go. I like getting the Phase Blade of the Ages, personally, though. Or the Ghostly Ghost. Let me through! Thank you. Of course, we are poisoned at a pace that is outpacing our fucking healing potions again.
Blessings to you.
It's one thing I don't like about gradual healing potions.
Hello.
And it's also the reason why I carry gradual healing potions, is because I want to have it counter the poison, but if it's not going to counter the poison, it's irritating. Puke Shank the Unholy is... That's what my mom decided to call me. Puke Shank the Unholy. Unholy is our family name, damn it. Oh, you mean Path of Diablo. Path of Exile is a game itself. Path of Diablo is a mod. And a lot of people really like it. It's kind of around the same level as Median XL as far as popularity. And Path of Diablo, I mean, there's servers for it in classic Diablo 2. I don't think it will work on Resurrected, though. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? You wish you could wish you could buy full rejuves? You sort of can. You can make normal rejuves and craft them into full rejuves. Basically what you do is you get 3, it requires chipped gems, but yeah. You basically get 3 healing, 3 mana, and combine them with a chipped gem. And then you combine those up to that. But yeah, Path of Diablo in LOD is about as popular as Median XL. And there's a whole subreddit dedicated to it. Have I played a bunch of it? No. But I know of it, and I know the basic premises of it. I have loaded it up way back in the day. But there, at least, I don't know if there still is, but there was a online component to it. Ouch. Well, we know they're mana burn. They is mana burn. Oh, cold enchanted. Nice. I'm gonna let them handle that. Hey, devil, what's up? Hopefully you're doing well. Did he run away? He ran away. Get back here, Fire Eye. I'm gonna at least get your drop. There you go. You didn't drop anything good. You garbage boy. But yeah, we're basically just trying to get our way through hell a little bit. I don't think we're gonna beat hell today. I think we're just gonna like get the rest of the way through, and then probably next stream, which will be Tuesday, we'll end up doing whatchamacallit, brain fart. We'll end up starting our next character, most likely. Because I think today is going to mostly probably be Act 2 and Act 3. And watch me have said that we'll open the chest whenever we get to the end of these and watch us first path. Hi, big guy. How you doing? And none of my tornadoes can hit you. There you go. That's where my tornadoes need to be. I like how the bear's just standing in fire, though. It's so hard to find a good laptop for a good price these days. Depends on what price range you're looking at. And what you are hunting for. But yeah, they are going to be a bit overpriced because silicon shortage, but... Hey, a Scroll of Town portal. What do I think about a +3 Blizzard staff making it into a memory? I'm not super impressed with memory. My opinions about memory will be known soon, but memory is okay. Would rather just have a Heart of the Oak and a decent shield. I would rather have Heart of the Oak and a rhyme than to run memory. But, I mean, if you really want it, it's not the worst thing ever. It's just not my preferred. Oh no, they mana burned me. Oh no. Die. Now, if you're doing strictly a staff build, then yeah, there is actually a place for that, but still. Laptops are oddly enough one of the only ways to get like a good video card nowadays. Which is sad because you're also getting a choked off version of that video card. because thermal limits and everything. Oh, you're in queue right now? I'm sorry, Brad. Weirdly enough, before starting stream, I have not gotten a queue like more than 2. But off screen, whenever I'm not streaming, I think 3 digits is the highest I've ever gotten, but that was like one time. Gotta enjoy getting on at off hours. That was really awkward to say. Ow! Come on. You're still using a Crystal Sword Spirit and Kite Ancient's Pledge / Rhyme. Yeah, that's not terrible. Get yourself a Monarch and you'll be all set. Why is my finger itching? Oh, come on. Get up here, you idiots. Yon idiots cometh to me. You got one last year, lost your job due to COVID. Part of your severance was your company would purchase you a computer to help with job search. Oh, you're lucky. You get severance. Yeah. I am in a not very different situation. But my company does not provide severance. Barely provided benefits when I did work there. So, yippee-ki-yay. I just got to avoid having health issues until next year. Where I'll have proper coverage again. You could do a stream on G-Rush or C-Rushing 7 of your followers. I'm not a big fan of promoting rushing. I think it's better for people to actually go through and enjoy the game. You have a Monarch, but only 1 respec left? No! Gotta save that so you know exactly what you want. You can kill hell bosses for more respecs, though. i7 11 series with 2060. Yeah, it's about right for that price. And actually, RIS recently got pretty much that exact same thing, except it was a 10 series. For relatively cheap, because 10 series. Just stay inside till next year. Wish it was that easy. Hey, Boyman, how's it going? I saw you creep in. Oh, let's see. So that was the wrong path.
Good day.
Let's go and grab that. Just stay inside. And hi, Kinko. If I hadn't said hi to you yet. See if I can get them to level 90 in one stream. Probably not, because I don't usually feel like that, and I just went through there for some stupid reason. I mean, it's doable if I did like an 8-hour stream. Could probably get them to 90, especially with 8 players, but I don't feel like that. It's not fun. For some people it is, for me it's not. I'm doing okay. I'm playing with way too much wind. You could just... I should have named this guy Oklahoma. He's all about them tornadoes. That or Kansas. That's another bad state for that. Possibly... Well, Nebraska's not terrible. It's got a good section of it in there in Tornado Alley, but still. Or I could have named him Chicago. Windy City. Depends on which version of the game you're playing, as to whether you want to go 156 strength or what. Was actually leveling with some other druids. It was Sorceress and paladins and 1 barb and like 3 of us druids. Going through, and we were just tornadoing everything. You hit F5 like 10 times, 10,000 times for 2 weeks to get your laptop. Eesh. You're up north right now, so you don't have the best service. That's understandable. This is YouTube. No one has the best service. Actually, YouTube has not been terrible lately. It did shit the bed last week, but other than that, it's been not too bad. Twitch has been having more issues than YouTube for me. Hi, go boys. I heard one of you bleat at me. Ah! Hi. Hey, Mercenary and Bear, come up, please. Thank you. We're about to get another level. Just got to keep my hurricanes up. Flatulence, the scented suppository. It smells like freshly shaved pencil. Sorry. Random thought there. Did you start as a fire druid and reset and went pure wind? Yes. I was contemplating actually going fire all the way through hell. And I was like, I don't feel like it. I like spamming my NATOs. Son's 16th birthday today. A-hole made smoked lemon pepper salmon for 4 hours today. Jeez. I mean, it probably tasted good. I'm not a huge salmon person, though. I'll eat it in sushi, but not huge on salmon. I'm more of a crab person as far as seafood goes. It's not a skill, it's a part of him. It is just what I do. If you guys don't know what Flatulence the Scented Suppository is from, it's actually a commercial in You Don't Know Jack. Completely fake commercial. But the real hilarious thing is they actually do make charcoal filtered underwear. And it would not surprise me if someone has tried to put a scent in it. I want these guys to come back, because I actually do want to pop those chests. If you guys are curious, these chests are cousins of Lower Cuirass chests. So that's one reason why usually it's a good idea to pop them. Are they going to be able to drop nearly as much stuff? No, but they are still worth opening, especially if you're on a higher player count game. So nothing there for me, so boop. But yeah, started as fire, went to wind. We stayed fire through most of Nightmare. So, yeah. I think we swapped in Act 4, was it? Or, yeah, it was Act 4. Is when we swapped. Do I need any potions? No. Let me double check my scrolls. No, we're good on scrolls. We're good on potions. Do you know if there's a good free chat app like Ventrilo for gaming with other people? I am a big fan of Discord, personally. Discord is pretty much, it replaced Mumble for me, which replaced TeamSpeak. There we go. Had to adjust how I'm sitting. Can you finish Nightmare with fire? Yeah. You can finish Hell with fire. It's just a matter of how much time you're wanting to invest. Nightmare is not the worst thing to finish with fire, though. That is probably the right path. Knowing that I don't want to go there. But yeah, Discord is the one that I would go for. And hi, Molly. I'm just glad the other Molly doesn't watch my streams, otherwise this would get very confusing very quickly. think the last time the other Molly watched my streams, it was Killing Floor 2 days. Well, I didn't mean to actually click on that, but thank you. I need to kill these guys, otherwise they're going to wreck me while I'm actually dealing with the things over there. There we go. But yeah, we have a Discord server. There's a lot of D2 Discord servers as well. Immunities are problems for you. Volcano is physical and fire. Use that to kill your fire immunes. You always use Discord for voice when you play Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, it's pretty popular for that. I'm actually on a Tarkov server. I don't play Tarkov anymore, but I am on a Tarkov server. I'm so glad that this can cover gaps. You're seriously considering so you have respect for Monarch? I mean, what you could do with the one that you have is just go Spirit and Splendor, and then make another Sorceress that goes Spirit and Spirit. Splendor's not terrible. It's +1 skills, a little bit of faster cast. Yeah, it doesn't have resists, and it's not as strong as Spirit, but it's still not bad. Die, you fool. Okay. So those things are going to come over to me. I'm going to let the ghosts come to me on here. That's one nice thing about this path, is that the ghosts can be separated. Ghosts are actually really good to kill for rune drops as well, by the way, because they're high junk drops. No lum? Aw, I'm sorry. We haven't found a lum online either, if that's any consolation. I mean, I found them before, but here, go bear. You get to beat them up while I chat with the peoples. Weirdly enough, we've been finding low runes. Don't know why. But yeah, trying to think what else you could actually do with that source without a respec. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Hopefully well. Our mercenary's so crammed into that little spot right there, I didn't notice him. I was like, where the hell did he go? Maiden Pike is not worth it. Matriarch is pretty much the only thing that I would even consider on that, and even then it's not that good. But yeah, we found our second pole rune. Is the Druid viable to play in Hell? This is Hell. And there's actually several builds that are actually semi-viable in Hell. Just enjoying D2R? Congratulations. Hopefully it continues to be enjoyable. Mostly I mess around in single player, but we're doing these online just to get characters built up so we can do community things. We want one of each class. We have a Fire Cold Sorceress. We have a Summoner Necro. We're going to end up with a Zealot Paladin with, of course, Smiter abilities. But that just comes with the territory. He is using a Treachery Armor because we found a low rune. He is using a Steel Skull and a Insight. And that's it. He's a Holy Freeze mercenary, as you can tell by the aura, of course. But oh, with the class set? With Alders? Not really. I mean, you can beat Hell with it. It's frustrating as, well, hell. But it's because his weapon is a exceptional that it kind of is frustrating. So I generally wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to, you can. You're better off just either doing a caster or doing a two-handed fury druid with like IK Maul or something. Wow, it's fourth path again. We are really on that fourth path. Wow. Thankfully, these are all just goat men. You kill that, I'm gonna pop these. Nothing great. I'll take this for some money. Your computer won't run this game, don't know what to do?
Hello.
I'm sorry, I don't know what specs your computer have or anything, unfortunately. And we could make a stealth? No. But yeah, I have... My pathfinding in Arcane Sanctuary is pretty bad. I am below average on it. Am I wearing Spirit? I'm wearing a Spirit Shroud. But I am also wearing Dual Spirit. This is Spirit. Who are the Spirit team? I mean, I need to find an Earth Spirit just to like round it off. Like a +2 skills Earth Spirit. I mean, we have this too. But, eh. But there's multiple reasons why it might not run it. And is it literally not able to launch it, or is it actually just below spec, or is it just having errors while it's trying to run it? There's no way to... I wouldn't say map hack, because technically you could use map hack here and it would tell you which way to go, but there is no pathfinding trick to it. No. Hodo would be better. We don't have any Vex runes though. I haven't found any. I mean, I could trade for some, but I don't want to trade. Hey, Ahmad, how's it going? But no, we're using Spirit. Hodo would be better. Hodo would actually solve a lot of our resist issues as well. Especially if we got like a higher one. Even if it was just a base 30, it would still help out a good deal. Bring us positive on everything except for poison. Yeah, need to know GPU, CPU, RAM. And just saying an i3 or an i5 won't help, because there's i3s and i5s that will run this like a champ and ones that won't. This is one area where I hate minions. Kill it, bear, kill it. At least the bear does decent damage now. I would rather have him over 1,000, but it's fine. How much damage are we doing with this now? 2,300? That's not terrible. If GPU says ATI 3DFX or Matrox on it. Wow. Matrox, that's one that I haven't heard in a while. What do I think of Alder's set for a Druid? It's good for Nightmare, but the level requirement kind of borks that up. I don't think there's any reason to actually use the full Alder set as a Druid. The game does require Windows 10. Yes, it does require Windows 10. It's not a question. It's set up for Windows 10. It cannot run on a Mac because Macs don't support 32-bit architecture, and a lot of the code underneath this is based on 32-bit. Whereas most x86 processors in Windows systems will actually support it. Of course, Apple's moved all of those M chips and whatever, but it's whatever. Wow, my tornado is going backwards. Jesus. Langerbrizer, funnily enough, I actually used to use that for Magic Fun. Way back in the day. Before all the immunities and stuff were done. And then it just kind of, it's mediocre. It's, if you are wanting to do like Nightmare Magic Find with a Boazon, it's fine. There's faster, of course, but... trying to kill this Ghoul Lord, but for some reason my tornadoes are just having none of this. They're just having none of anything, really.
Finally,
It's kind of sad.
now I can leave this twisted nightmare.
Would that Health or Mana Snake summon be useful? You tried to use them, but it just dies a lot. That's all they ever really do. They pop up and die. There's some fun things you can do with them, and you can use them to get rid of Neelithak corpses, but overall they're just not that great. Thought to yourself today, man, you're happy not to be playing on dial-up anymore. Watch my ping every now and then. It'll go up to over 200. You're running a Ryzen 5600. Yeah, I already have FPS enabled up there. I mean, that should be fine to run it, Leon. But I don't think you're the one who is having issues. Oh yeah, you were the one saying that he needs to tell us what you're running. Yeah, Tornado RNG is weird. I wish it couldn't go backwards. That's kind of irritating. So it's Circle Smile, by the way. Yeah, I have mine capped at 60 FPS as well. Mind you, I'm running a 1080, but still not a bad card. It's just old. 2 generations old. About to be 3 generations. It's old, I'm sorry. That's all I can deal with. Provide us with that level of info that would allow us to give advice. Yeah. I get that a lot. Titans is nice, by the way. Your daughter's on a 1070. Honestly, a 1070 would run most things nowadays. It's not going to like run on super high settings on a lot of stuff. That needs increased attack speed. That's all it needs. And it'd be okay. Great? No, but okay. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit. Maybe we will turn into a shapeshifter. I don't know. Wow, lots of minion crushers. And I want a few levels just because this is gonna be a pain in the ass. So I will go around the edge here and just fight a few things. That, and I don't remember which path it's on. So I think it's actually on the left-hand side, but I could be wrong. So one more level into that, and I think we'll start going into Oak Sage. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I wish the AI was not completely bricked mentally. That's our triangle one. So that's triangle. Then we're going to have, I think it's crescent, isn't it? No, it's downwards. The mercenary is freaking stupid too. They're all completely idiotic at times, but yeah, the spirit, it just stands there. It doesn't even try to do anything. You need an Earth Shifter. Wish it was one-handed mason, not a high-end maul. There actually is a... I should probably check the very bottom right one. But there is a one-handed one it's just not quite as good. Hodo's better. But Earth Shifter is... Oh yeah, I'm glad we came this way. See, my memory is not that great. That's why I have notes whenever I'm doing videos. Yes, I literally have a sheet with, like, notes that I want to say these are points that I want to address in the video whenever I'm doing a video. Yes, the tornadoes are doing nothing. It just makes me feel better. So that I'm helping. That's our second Cathan's Mask, by the way, in this one game. Ta-da! I didn't identify the other one, but it's there.
Impossible.
Do I really need a Cathan's? No, I'm not going to use that set. I'm helping. Okay, plus 7 elemental skills. Well, you get plus 5 from Hodo and Spirit, and you get a lot better other mods. The Earth Shifter is one of those where it's kind of like it's Earth Shifter and Earth Shaker, if I remember correctly. But it's one of those where it's like this isn't worth the stats required to get to it. But is it worth it to lose some fire resist on a ring slot to gain fire absorb from a dwarf star instead? Depends on how much you're losing. But Dwarf Star is a decent ring. I think a lot of people misunderstood my interpretations of that. It's good for specific uses. It's not something that a lot of people are using in their common things. Lay of Hands from Diablo. Awesome sauce. It's actually a really, really good set of gloves. Can you guys not... For the love of God. Oh, we've got Base Boy going through the neighborhood now. Thankfully, it seems like they are passing by. It's not my neighbors. And that wasn't the same music the neighbors listened to, so that's fine. I am glad it is a good luck charm for you, though. Hodo in a 4-socket flail, yes. I think.
Faith is, I feel...
Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm pretty sure it's a 4-socket flail. You're making me second guess myself. Don't do that.
Hello.
But yeah, there's plenty of good pieces of equipment out there that may not be like the absolute best, but are still fun to mess around with. And always getting plus skills is not necessarily the ultimate goal. I need to kill that thing. I don't care about the rest of this. The rest of this is just whatever, but I care about those revival guys. Because they are a pain in the ass. So is Mana Burn, but that's a different kind of pain in the ass. Sorry if I get a little quiet now and then. I'm concentrating. Because these guys can be really irritating. Nope. I would have to, like, do the formula. We actually have a video on that. We actually have a video on how to calculate how much damage you're going to take. It's... Oh, it's got a blue sidebar on it. I can't remember what I named it. Oh, for fuck's sake, tornado! I fucking hate you. No matter where I stand, it will not hit this guy. Oh, that is the one thing I hate about freaking tornado. Where's the other one?
Thanks.
Bear, get out there. Stop running into the middle of everything, you dumbass. Where would I recommend getting a 4-socket crystal sword? Nightmare difficulty, just killing things. But honestly, if you're really needing a 4-socket thing, just get a broadsword. It's like 5 strength more. And you're going to have that 5 strength anyway for other gear. Even with the drop in AoE damage, not getting ruined by tornado pathing is worth it. Oh, tornado is still fine. I really don't know why they never fixed the freaking mana burn bug. It's very straightforward thing to fix. Just stop it from being multiplied by 256. It doesn't help that we have negative poison resist, by the way. Because I'm keep having to go to town to restore my potions because that nonsense. Fuck off, Kane.
How may I help?
I don't feel like dealing with your nonsense right now.
Potion can't cure.
Kane is the most evil thing in this game, though, so... Let's go ahead and drop that there. Yeah, pretty much, unless you have very, 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 very high mana. In fact, a lot of these attacks, I don't even think it's possible to get high enough mana to prevent it from zeroing you out. Normal cows can drop swords that can be socketed to 4 sockets. They don't naturally drop 4 sockets. Normal will not naturally drop them. But broadswords, no matter where you find them, are guaranteed to socket to 4 sockets in Nightmare difficulty or later. Or actually, normal cows or later. Anything level 26 plus. Not really that much cheaper. And having to... It's not going to save me from this. Because I'd have to either fill up my inventory with them and drink them every single time I get poisoned. Or deal with the, like, nonsense. Kill the sarcophagus, please. And yes, I see the idiot down there. It would have to be a Nightmare Cows for it to naturally drop 4 sockets. You can socket it to it with Larzik's quest, though. From normal cows. Because it's an eye level thing. It's a certain item level that allows it to get 4 sockets. It doesn't necessarily have to... depends on where you find it, whether it's going to be 3-socket or not, Guitarist. In normal difficulty, you can there's spots in Act 2 if you get a champion monster that can socket it to 4. But generally, you recommend cows because that's specifically in the range where it will guarantee 4. But there are monsters throughout normal that are high enough monster level that you can get that. Yep, you can get ists from Nightmare Cows. You get decent number of mid-runes. But generally speaking, what I say is, yes, we have a crystal sword. Broadswords are pretty much, they cap at 4 sockets. It's the same reason why we have a bill on him. That caps at 4 sockets. No matter where I find a white version of it, it's going to go to 4 sockets at Larzik. Period. No issues. No questions. It's just there. You get a crystal sword from a little bit too high level of an area, it's going to be 6 sockets. You get a poleaxe from too high level of an area, it's going to be 5 sockets, sorry. So it's just one of those things where it's like, meh. And yes, I know it says Defiance in there. So let's go ahead. We'll stick this in an orifice. Stick the staff in the hole. Go back to town and let's chug thawing potions. Yeah, because it was too high eye level. For the crystal sword to 4 socket, has to be in certain areas in Nightmare for it to actually get 4 socket. But you can see we actually have a broadsword here. That's the cap on it. We just happened to find that one like that. Crystal sword, we found that one like that. It's just there. Okay, what we're gonna do, take off our belt. We're gonna actually pick these back up because I don't want to lose those. I'm gonna need them later. And stop walking away from me, Lysander, or whatever your hell name, whatever your godforsaken name is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Fill that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Get mercenary some.
Thanks.
And then I will do
Thanks.
that. We're good. And yes, we are going to bug the mercenary as well. But I need to unsummon those, actually. Boop, boop. It'll always roll 4 open socket on a broadsword that's high enough level. If it is gotten from... Your safest bet is normal cows onward. If it's a white broadsword, it'll be 4 sockets. Yeah, Lysander has things named after him. He's still a sack of crap. Atma's has things named after her, too. Traded a Source Fire Skiller for a Pole Rune. Feel like you undercut yourself? Possibly. Depends on what was on the Fire Rune. Ow. That actually hurt. I don't know what that was. So go in there. Lock you in your room. And now we should have a bugged mercenary unless that bottom door is open, which I never remember to check. It's similar names. Geed is the worst. His unique grand charm. Geed of Greed. I still haven't found one of those online, which is actually kind of odd for me. Usually I get one of those relatively early whenever I return to online, and I don't know why. We're not going to do a ton of damage to Duriel, by the way. But we are going to want to throw you in front of him. And I forgot to start up my hurricane before even getting in there. No, you keep on the bear. Come on, cast. Thank you. Bear again. Wow, he is... Stop focusing in on the spirit. I would actually love it if the spirit would stop wandering right over to him as well. That would actually be really nice. There you go. Right through Duriel. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I will look at it in just a second. I'm getting murdered by a Duriel. There we go. Okay. So we'll identify this. I don't need it though. Yay, Blood Rise. Actually, we'll keep it. Why not? Suffering. Chainmail we don't need. We already have a few of those. That would be nice if it wasn't ethereal. But yes, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Wes. Wah, wah. Yeah, everything good we get is ethereal. But yeah, if you need any more info, just ask. He was very he was actually choosing to charge the spirit instead of fight the bear. Yeah, I think we already have one of those powdery substances though. Yeah, we already had one of the blues. I'll take another one. What I need are the let's see. I need I need Diablo and Bale's essence. Squish the Duriel babies. But they're so cute and sluggy.
You have done.
They're like little grubs. Slimy, yet satisfying. But anyway, off to Act 3, the other pain-in-the-ass act. Are we going to get all the parts of it? Probably not. We'll get enough of the parts of it. And I'm really not a fan of the hold button to do whatever things in any game. Oh, I know the spirit's AI quite well. I actually have had to fight with it for a very specific build, Summoner Druid, for a bit now. Oh yeah, I don't have enough gold for that because I didn't take it down there with me. Yes, you just need the 4 powders to make a token. And there are people actually trading decent amount for a token. I'm going to be honest, I highly doubt they're going to add any improvements. I know that's kind of pessimistic view. I don't think they're going to add anything. If they do, it's just going to be kind of token stuff. Like, oh, here's a couple extra rune words. Have fun! I think you're going to like Firewall until you get a pack of extra fast rogues. You're going to like Firewall until you get something that runs around, yeah. Which rogues do. Maybe add shouts to the... Actually, what I would do to fix the mercenaries... Honestly, I think the Act 1 mercenary is okay. But I would probably just give them a small boost. The Act 1 and Act 5 ones, just give them a small either stat boost or something like that, or give them a specific weapon mastery kind of effect. But Act 3 mercenaries, give them the elemental mastery that they're tied to for God's sake, and they would be fine. They already have synergies, they just don't have masteries. A loot filter would be nice. Would I use it? Probably not, because there's a lot of random odds and ends that are valuable. Like, there's white items that are valuable, so you can't filter out all white items. There's blue items that are valuable, so you can't filter out all blue items. You'd have to really like granularize it to make it really useful for me. Hey, there's our fill up on the Tal rune. I would actually like a class-specific rune word for each of them in their class-specific gear, like a Paladin shield rune word, a Druid helmet rune word, a Necro Head rune word, stuff like that. You're not a fan of Diablo 3, but in Diablo 3 they improve a lot of Merc's functionality rather than dying. Just being downed is good enough. Yeah. Give them a level 20 mastery that is really... It doesn't even have to be level 20. It just needs to be scaling with the spells. Potion filters. Just show me the full rejuice. And the healing potions. I almost... Thanks to Insight, I almost never use mana potions. Although, I also barely use mana potions on the characters that have Infinity either. If a rune word that has 6 bears in it doesn't at least have Summon Grizzly, I will be pissed. It's bear, 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 bear. It's the bear, 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 bear. Also, I would like to see a set based around ethereal items. Like, as far as green sets go, but that's probably asking a bit much. Oh yeah, those guys poison. I need to not be close to them. I keep thinking, oh, you guys are just nothing. No, you have poison damage. You're a butt. Is there a path out to the right? There is. Sweet. Usually I'm like, is there a path out to the right? And I just get disappointed. Set rune word. That'd be interesting. Oh, Flare Jungle just right off the bat. Nice. Ooh, there's our Jade figurine. It wasn't even the first unique. Ah. At least we don't have to backtrack for an hour and a half looking for it. So we know where Flare Jungle is. I think we're going to actually continue on in here. Because we could actually get the Flare waypoint. And I need to grab that. That. Did we not have another healing potion? We did not. I wouldn't mind being able to upgrade Alder's weapon. That would at least make it semi-useful. Would it make it good? No, but it would make it semi-useful. Having 3 sockets in it could do some fun, though, if you had, like, really expensive crap to throw in it. Could we have a reason to personalize an item other than vanity? That would be really hard to balance, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would say that would actually be awesome. But it would be hard to balance unless you made it a random factor, in which case people would be pissed that it's a random factor. Sweet baby Jesus, that poison is... Jeez Christ almighty. That was some harsh poison, and I think I heard a rune. No, I heard a stamina potion. Darn! My ears, they doth deceive me. Let's see. Zon and Sin don't even... No, they actually have one. Zon is Ma'avina's, and Assassin is Natalia's. We're personalize a chess piece to make it an enigma. Yeah, every class has a class-specific set. I mean, the Assassin one's kind of garbage too, but there is at least a theme going on there. The Druid one, it's like drunk. All the rest of them are at least feel like they're supposed to be elite. Nats is pretty uncommon. A lot of people end up getting the helmet, and that's about it. Sometimes the armor. I get the boots a lot. But her claw is, like, really hard to find. Whereas Ma'avina, it's usually the belt that people get, if I remember correctly. Yep. Don't have to go after the Gloams until Act 4. One thing you love about D2R is the difficulty level is high overall. There is always a chance you will die. Never felt the fear of death in Diablo 3. Honestly, if I was playing like concentrated, actually focusing, our risk of death would actually be relatively low. But yeah, Trangul is Necro. You have Tals for Sorceress. You have Griswolds for Paladin. You have IK for Immortal King. For Barbarians, you have the Natalias for Assassins, Venas for Amazons. You have Alders for Druids. That's pretty much what you got. Yeah, Nat's boots are actually... Oh, there's... Wow, that is a very weird branch. And I'm so glad that we don't actually have to go through there. You bastards can die. Thank you. But yeah, most of the set boots are actually semi-decent. Most. Not all of them, most. Even like the normal sets. So, which way is which? Okay, so this is the way we want to go. This is a very, very weirdly laid out nonsense here. Falcon Mask better than our current one? It possibly could be, actually. Because this gives us some okay mods, but this can get similar things. I prefer the +1 Druids. Just because it has resistance stuff, this does nothing. Except for +2 Druid skills that's actually semi-useful. But hey, we can have a... Oh god, that does not look the color. That looks very strange. Makes your head tiny, my dude. Oh wow, that must be like face wrap kind of thing. Jesus. It's kind of horrifying looking. Honestly, elite version of Saigons would be absolutely atrocious because of the strength requirements. Other than that, it's not that insane. It gives you high defense, but it's not really worth it. Worth it to upgrade. Tals is the one that people play high runes for, so I guess the rest are... honestly, Trangs is fairly decent. Partial Trangs, not full Trangs. A full Trangs is just there as a gimmick. You start a Bone Necro, should you auto-start Bone Skills? Yeah. Get those points in... 1 point in Teeth, 1 point in Bone Armor. Once you get to... I mean, you could actually just go melee Necro for the first part of it if you wanted to. But... I usually just go ahead and put the points into Teeth anyway. It's not going to make that big of a difference in the long run, because you're going to end up maxing out Spear, Spirit, and the 2 Bone defenses. If you want to go for like a proper Bone Necro. You get 1 point in Clay, Mastery, and Summon Resists. Well, I've got a Flawless Ruby on this side, so you guys can bugger off down there. So we just need to find the Spider Cavern. Never go full Trang? You know, you can go full Trang if you want to do a Zeal Vampire. I still am debating whether I should even actually make a video about that, because so many people will take that as like a serious build, and I'll be like, no, it's because I could. I only made this atrocity because I could. That is the only reason to make some of these builds, is because you can, and it's so damn stupid, it's hilarious. Our Dwarf Star Rings worth keeping. There's a market for trade on them simply because PvP and certain farming locations can use them, but personally, as far as like best in slot, not used except for in some very specific cases. It's not one of those things you're going to generally want to just equip while going through a difficulty. It's more something you equip if you're going to go do something very specific. Like, if you're going to be running Travancore, they're actually fairly decent because they've got a bunch of gold find. They've got some other things going on with them as well that are really good for that. The fire for Hydras, for example. Do that build guide on April 1st. Listen, I can barely think like 2 or 3 weeks ahead. Asking me to think 4 months ahead is a bit much right now. My brain is fried because of everything that the world has going on right now. Oh, desync. Lovely. Okay, so let's go ahead and steal your healing potions because I'm going to need them for this because everything's going to be doing poison damage. Why is the bear, like, essentially immune to poison, or is he just not getting hit by anything? There he goes. Now he's poisoned. Troll's nests are actually fairly good, by the way. If you are needing a 3-socket shield for a sanctuary, they're fairly solid for it.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes, you can. But yeah, this can get 3 sockets. It's actually not bad. Mantled heal rings. I usually keep 2 of them, but they're not really worth anything. They're super common. And they don't have something that people are seeking out. People will seek out Nagel rings if they're high percent just for magic find. Because people seem to think that magic find percent is really that important. It's not. Once you have about 250%, it's fine. That bear needs a hug? No, that bear needs death. I swear, it feels like I'm doing Find Familiar with a bear. Yeah, I want to like gold find barbs, but I find it just faster to just do gold find paladin and not hort corpses. I know that some people love it and it's like their thing. It's like groovy. We can get very impressive large numbers, awesome, but it's not my thing. And there's no way we can recover from this poison. It's too fast. And hi, Snuggle. How you doing, by the way?
Good day.
I don't think I greeted you to the stream. Hug from Brazil? Well, hug from the States. I would seriously like to expatriate at times, but hugs from the States. So we'll sell that because it's going to be worth some money. We'll keep those to turn into perfect gems, and these will actually go into our stash because we do need to be building those up. Oh, that's actually not worth as much money as I thought it would be. Probably because the base, it doesn't have a proper multiplier. Let's go ahead and throw those. These go in hall. And yes, I am crafting those right away because we are actually running out of gem room. I need to start crafting gems. Only shout bar build that sees really any good use? Yeah, I guess. There's Pindlezerker and stuff like that, which are pretty much the same principle. It's just going for magic find rather than gold find. So, yeah. It's a Berserker with a bunch of X. Yeah, Troll's Nest can only roll 3, so it's really good for like a Sanctuary or something like that. It's good for a Dream as well. I am glad you're enjoying them, Snuggle. New to the channel, how's everyone doing? So far everyone said they're doing fine. I'm doing okay. Hopefully you're doing well as well, John. Hopefully people will respond to that one. How's everyone doing? Not so for progressing. Your singer is having a pretty good time. Singers are Warcry barbarians, which is specifically Warcry, as opposed to like horking things, is one of those things that makes it really safe to go through the game, and that's one reason why speedrunners will rely on it. It isn't the fastest. It's not the most mana efficient. Like, if you have, like, tweaked gear, you can actually go faster than a Warcry Barbarian. But whenever you're going through solo self-found, it is super reliable because you'll stun, and you can use your, unfortunately, weaker attacks to take out the enemies, if that makes sense. Have a good one, Unicycle. I just noticed what time it is. Yeah, we might get a decent distance in here, but I don't think we're going to actually beat Hell difficulty. Oh, it's ethereal. Nice. I'm not turning that into anything. Reason why you don't use Ogre Mauls for Ethereal Breath of the Dying, by the way, in case anyone's curious, is because you can get the exact same stats. Well, not exact same. It averages out to 91 damage per second for a base Ogre Maul. It's 91.5 for a base Ogre Maul. It's 91 for an Archon Staff, and the Archon Staff requires, for Ethereal, it requires 20 strength. So you can get a lot more interesting things with the Archon Staff. But we'll be covering that on a moon day. Horking is rude. Aw. But I like horking my lungs up. Okay, and we are going to go ahead. And sorry if I'm kind of like lower tempo, by the way. I'm not doing caffeine right now. I'm doing water. You are yelling at a dead corpse. What are you doing, sir? Look, it's got items. Hoa! Okay. Hork. This is just a dead end, but I'm still going to do it for the XP. I'm so glad things here are more prone to... Oh, that's cold enchanted. I don't want to be near it. No. Ha. Got by you. Okay, full rejuve, super healing. How are we looking? Oh, we are stacking up those full rejuves. A lot of rubies. Hey, no one. How's it going?
It's locked.
Now we just need to find someone called No Body. We have no one, no body, and Novanus. I'm trying to cut back on caffeine. My blood pressure was a little bit high. So. But I will never give up caffeine completely, by the way, in case anybody's curious, because it's actually really good for migraines. Can we not poison me down to like 0 life for like just 5 minutes, please? Oh, come on. Thank you. So let's see. Any good? Any good? It's not good. So, yeah, we are getting these full rejuves left and right. That's actually really good. Let's see. A week of farming and no high runes. I'm sorry. Where are you farming at, out of curiosity? Never did a Singer Barb. How does it deal with physical immune monsters? Berserk. It'll usually go, you Warcry to stun things, and yes, you'll Warcry pretty much everything, and then you Berserk it in the face. Want to watch me scare stuff off of dead bodies? Hey, LaPow. Is it Halloween? Oh, yeah, it is. It's going to be Halloween in an hour here. Oh, that reminds me. I need to be doing an unboxing soon as well. I might start including some retro, like, collecting stuff. Maybe not on this channel, but I'm going to start doing some retro collecting stuff. And I might actually do an unboxing of something I finally got. I ordered it in 2019. If it tells you how long I've been waiting for this. So, yeah. I thought about refunding several times, but it kind of like passed the point of that before the whole job situation changed. Let's see. I don't know what they're replying to. But anyway, Halloween on the East Coast. Yep. It's working its way there. So this... Okay, so we're going to have the dagger up at the top. So do we go for Lower Cuirass before doing the dungeon or not? I think we might try to get Lower Cuirass waypoint so we don't have to keep going for it. And yes, I did just pop that right away. I am that kamikaze going on here. That full rejuvenation was a little bit slow on the uptick there. I saw that. It was like, oh, you hit full rejuve, and then like half a second later it filled up. No, it's not a Genesis game, but I could get something to actually do Genesis on it. But no, it's sort of an emulation box thing. But I got it mostly for Saturn because my disk drive is dying on the Saturn. And I was like, I kind of want to keep that original. So I'll just load the stuff into this. And I should probably put up a town portal here, just so I can get back to it quickly. But we'll probably get Lower Cuirass waypoint, and then we'll go in. Oh, geez, I hate you guys. But yeah, we'll probably get Lower. Fuck off. Thank you. We'll probably get Lower Cuirass waypoint, and then we will go ahead and finish the Flayer dungeon, which is one of the things I'm really not looking forward to. Act 3 is never a thing I'm looking forward to. But... And I think I heard it... No, it's just a normal topaz. But... Die, you fools. Die! Thank you. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted by just the sheer number of idiots I'm being surrounded by. There you go. But yeah, we'll do Lower Cuirass, and then we'll do the underground Flayer dungeon thingy. And then we'll see where we're at. We'll definitely get those two done. We might get more done depending on the time we have. Because we could actually maybe stretch it to actually beating Act 3. Depends on how long this all takes us. I've gotten Vexes and all kinds of stuff from Lower Cuirass. Lower Cuirass is the main source of my Vexes, if you guys are curious. For single-player stuff, it's where I find a lot of them. But I also do long runs where I'll actually run through Lower Cuirass. I'll do all the bosses. I don't like making a bunch of new games, even in single-player. So, it is what it is. That character will run everything they are capable of running in that one game, just to give me a variety to look at. And this is why we bug Mercenary, by the way. Stuff like this. And there's our full rejuve replaced. Act 3 quests are so unmotivational. Yeah, they are the drag. Your friend is a collector and he recently got some super rare Genesis games that he ordered 3 to 4 years ago. Ah. See, mine's kind of like a mix of collecting and archival stuff. So, archival stuff, not too hard to do with the Genesis and stuff like that. I mean, I have ROM backups of pretty much every game I've owned on those. and stuff like that, and emulating those is super easy, whereas many of the disk systems are a little bit more fiddly. N64 is fiddly. I don't currently have that, but I collected back before all the issues started. I did actually collect based RPGs specifically. I was RPG collector, multi-platform, all that kind of stuff, but I really don't want to have to sell it. May have to in the future. We'll see. Depends on how things go. It would suck to sell it, though. The sheer number of idiots I'm surrounded by. Well, I mean, if you were a gibbering thing that was yelling at me. What is my YouTube profile picture of? It's just a logo. It's a symmetrical gear with lines. It was something easy to make at the time, and I've kind of evolved it. This is like the, fifth iteration of the gear. We don't really have the mascot around very much, but Scully is still a thing. I thought about making him my profile picture, but that's more like in the future, possibly. Or a side channel. Act 3 glooms and dolls are so annoying. Yes. Just did 4 cow level runs, some of the good runes and gems. Fire Golem just fried those cows. Cool. Only good thing of Act 3, Iron Golem Gidbin. I have not tried that, to be honest. Why didn't you go put the dagger back earlier, my dude? Magic Ring does me no good either. That is ass. That's not even like semi-bad. That's just a lot of bad. Jeez. If you're going to give me a magic ring that's kind of crappy, at least give me something that's kind of crappy that can sell for money. That one didn't even sell for much. Let's go ahead and drink that. Yeah, we'll drink those down. Don't need to be hoarding those. So, Ort, we are full on, so that goes in here. Yeah, those are actually decent runes. Am, Thol, and Sol are used in a lot of really good rune words. It's just, they're fairly common comparatively. Okay. Let us see how we do down in the pits. I'm going to be throwing Bear out in front for a lot of stuff, just because Bear is a jackass that deserves to die. No, no, he's not. He's just able to take the explodey boys without much issue. And there's a small charm. Sweet. And there's a boss in here somewhere. Yeah. Yay for... God damn poison. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for swearing at that one, but oh Lord. Let's call this poison off just a little bit. Jesus. Okay, that's Berserker Helm. Thanks. So it was one of those things, maybe? I don't know what poisoned me there, but Jesus. Those traps are irritating. I hear something crinkling and stuff like that. Come on. Finish up, poison. Thank you. There's my 2 healings. Just don't go near the walls, huh? Of course, it goes straight into the wall. Every time I use it. Ouch. Go, Bear, go! And unfortunately, this doesn't do anything against that. Your inventory situation is getting worse. I would love stackable items. That's the only thing that I really need. I wouldn't mind seeing them actually make it so that you could actually, you know... Oh, hi. Of course. Ghosts. Hey, he didn't completely drain all my mana. There he goes. Oh, immune to physical and cold. I have nothing for hurting you. So you are an asshole. Oh, extra fast too. Sweet. I'm running through. Okay. Bye, bitches. I'm really tempted to just use the teleport staff, but I am slightly afraid of the Skelly boys. Yeah, I doubt they'll change anything with that. There are physical immunes. Unfortunately, I don't have amp damage. Oh, that's just all kinds of scary. That is fanaticism and might. And cursed. What the god-forsaken hell is this? So it's 3 bosses. Holy crap. Would have hated to run into that as a paladin. I'm just gonna say. Hey, but they were all shamans, so they double dropped it. Too bad none of it was good stuff. Got a full rejuve in there. Oh, we got a Hunter's Guise. Okay, so they're gonna do their thing in there. Let's go ahead and see if this is any good. 1 to Fury, some resist, nothing really good on that. Let's see. Your money's on the flares? Act 3. That is 7 deaths in a row. I didn't die down here. Bear is just doing his thing. And yes, I am drinking potions just to clear stuff off the ground so I can actually see what's here. Okay, so that's everything. Okay, level up. Let's go ahead and get our... Aw, 1 off of nice 300 round numbers. Okay, so that's over 1,000 damage on him. So what we're going to do is... It's a choice between Direwolf or Oak Sage. I think we're going to go Oak Sage because that helps us too. So... Yeah, Act 3 does improve a little bit, but Act 3 is just a slog. So we've got Lightning Enchanted. At least they're not cold immune. Oh, there is a cold immune in there. Lovely. So it's just them left. They're both cold immune. You butts. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Hopefully we lose their aggro. One hardcore character just died because you looked at that. Oh, Lord. Unless they had the same setup we did where they just summoned 1,000,000 bears in there. Deal with your bear ass. So juke around them. Juke around them. Bye. And I'm ready to full rejuve on a moment's notice. There we go. When you gotta juke, you gotta juke. So what layout do we have? Looks like we spawn in the middle. No, we didn't spawn in the middle. We spawned in the bottom left. You've entered your death... Oh, what? Okay. Let's see. We have teleport for a reason, folks. I just can't remember whether this one's in the middle or if it's on the top. I'm just... Oh, it's in the middle. Okay. Hi, little guys. Here's a bear. Here's a hurricane. I'm gonna rock you like said hurricane. And can I... Oh, what? Oh, I'm still on the staff. Okay. That would explain a little bit. We're not getting all of our plus skills. Come on, let me shoot through the door. There you go. Go, bear, go! Yonk. We don't even have to kill the little fire immune guy. I'm kind of tempted to, though. Just because we can. Death's Web is like an amazing item. So let's get you back out. Come on, there you go. Get that going. Do we want to kill the little dude down here? Why not? Okay, bear boy, go. Because he should be right there. Oh, I'm thinking a little bit further in. There you go. Get rid of all of them. And we should have the boss mob in here. It should give us pretty good drops. And they should just kind of ignore mercenary. Yay, they did. Ooh, and a crown shield. I didn't want to pick up the light plate. I wanted to pick up the crown shield that I actually clicked on. Thank you. And back to town. Sweet. You would sell for a lot for some high runes. Yeah. Actually, the Death's Web is a really good thing for Magic Find Necromancer as well. And yes, Poison Necromancer can go a lot of places. But yeah, anything elite, you should generally go and see if people are looking for it, because you may not get like a ton of it, especially if it's like a low-end version of one, but you can still get some decent stuff if you are looking to trade stuff. Because there's usually at least somebody out there wanting to do a weird build or something like that. Okay, Lower Caress we go. Currently running Lights On in Act 4 Hell. So far okay. Should you invest some points into Jab for faster dealing with lightning immunes? Probably not. For that, your lightning's going to generally be focused on killing the bosses, nuking them, murderizing them, making them suffer. But, yeah. Generally, if I'm going to split it up, I'm going to go more for a... Oh, I didn't mean to... Fuck it. It doesn't matter. But, generally, if I'm going... What are you... Oh, it's an enemy that was making that noise. I was like, what the hell is that? But yeah, generally you'll want to go for a second element rather than physical if you're going to be splitting it up.
It's locked.
Otherwise, you want to just go as pure as possible. Because you could do, say, a poison lightning hybrid, which is not as strong at killing bosses, but still not terrible. You could do a lightning bow hybrid and go for, like, magic arrow or something. Or fire arrow. Because your mercenary generally will have physical covered. That's what I'm getting at there. Hey, it's a crude tiara. How crude is it? That crude. We could drop that to item level 1 if we wanted to. Which actually wouldn't be a terrible thing. Actually, you know what? We're going to take that. Because that is, if I remember correctly, those are plus 8 or 13. If I remember correctly. See, this is why I have stuff written down, because my memory's shit. Apologies for that, but it is. Yes, we're going to keep hearing the dong of amp damage as we start running up here. What we're going to do is we're going to get Lam Essam's Tome. That's what I'm aiming for right now. That said, I do need to do a video on Fend. Because it has been... Oh, hi, Jesus. Hi. How you doing? Jesus McNugget. No. Thank you. Thank you for not murdering me. Okay, so that is the temple we need. Now, where is the waypoint we want? These will at least die relatively quickly. Healing potion, no. And yes, I am just kind of like zigzagging through here. And, oh, we've got a conviction one. Cute. Is it any elements on it? If it did, it doesn't anymore. Okay. My dudes. Ouch. You're shocked that Blizzard did not give these hell monsters tactical nukes? Wow. I'm glad they didn't. Because then we'd all just be looking for little red dots. And listening for those ghost call signs. And some of them are tactical nukes, but there is always a way around. Okay, so there's the waypoint. That's what we want. We're going to go get rid of this here amp damage. Then we're going to go down there and try and rescue ourselves a tome for 5 stat points. Because I wouldn't mind having a little bit more life. Currently at, like... We're not at an insane amount of life. We are at a relatively reasonable amount of life. 1363 is not that great. Especially considering we are reliant on a spirit for that. On swap, you have a low resist wand, level 1... that's usually enough to break a good number of lightning immunes. Honestly, if you get an infinity, that's even better, but lower resist wand is going to break anything that's 100% immune to lightning. Let's throw that down there. And this is actually a little bit nerve-wracking to go down here, simply because this door is not always safe. See? Had my finger hovering on those healing buttons. And I hit 1 and 2 on that one. Kind of in the wrong order, but still. I meant to hit 2 and 1. Yay, we're going to have to wait for poison to wear off. Because, look, it doesn't heal. It don't heal us no more. Because those guys have god-awful poison.
Greetings.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab those. Get rid of that garbage. We don't need the little rejuves. We need the big ones. The big angry rejuves. Roar. And every time we play, we end up with a full inventory. Probably because I pick up every piece of crap in the world, but... So where's Battlemate Serena? We'll throw him in there, see if we can lure her out. Oh, might. Nice. So, oh, that got rid of the might. Sweet. That helps out a great deal, and it's just going into walls. Okay, so anything in here? Nope. Okay, we'll drink a healing potion, grab one. Didn't even give us anything halfway decent. This door is not safe. Almost immediately jumped. Well, it's kind of like the World Stone, the throne. That you'll get ganked on that one too. It's bad. I don't know why they designed it that way. Because there's only a few spots where things can spawn that close to a door, and that's one of them.
Good day.
But yeah, like the evil urns by like where Thresh Socket and stuff are, those don't spawn enemies simply because they are too close to the door to spawn an enemy, which is stupid. They didn't have that everywhere. But anyway, 848 life. We have a level 20 bear, and we're going to just be dumping into Oak Sage. Hopefully it'll start living a little bit. No guarantees. We'll probably beat Hell difficulty in the low to mid 80s if I had to guess. Unless we just spend some time grinding, or if I go and grind up somewhere. Which I might do. I don't know yet. I wouldn't mind getting some more points in Oak Sage. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call that a stream a little bit early. Sorry for only a 3 and some odd hour-long stream. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And next time we'll probably finish off Hell difficulty. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I will see you guys next time on Diablo 2. Bye. Oh, that's, come on. There we go. That's Cyclone Armor. Protects me from lightning, fire, and cold damage. But anyway, see you guys next time.